Well, next to boxing and news of a huge fight for Bolton's Amir Khan. He's taking on a true legend of the sport, Marco Antonio Barrera. A venue has yet to be decided, but it will happen in the UK on March 14th. It's yet more proof that the Northwest has become the capital of British boxing, as Andrew Lindsay reports.
Marco Antonio Barrera's a Mexican mouthful and a bigger name than most expected, as Amir Khan aims to be #1.
Just to be in the same ring as Barrera is a massive opportunity for me. He's a hero in boxing in the world, and I just want to, fight him and show to the critics and to my fans, I'm a brilliant fighter.
Meanwhile,
for a tremendous night of boxing action to be held this Saturday night at the Robin Park Arena, Wigan.
Khan's rival at lightweights, Manchester champion John Murray. He'll fight Lee McAllister, the Aberdeen assassin who called him a crybaby for complaining about training through the Christmas holidays.
I let my fist do the talking. I don't need to badmouth my opponent before the fight. Come Saturday night, I'm sure it's going to be a good show.
John Murray tops the bill this weekend, but his tilt at national dominance and beyond is indicative of the current strength of Northwest boxing. He only has to look as far as his brother Joe to see the next Olympian to turn pro. Several others either from the region or who've based themselves here include the latest on the Liverpool lineup, bronze medalist David Price. A silver medal for Amir Khan launched his career. And let's not forget Ricky Hatton, British boxing's golden ticket. But must the tickets to those big fights always go hand in hand with a flight to the likes of Las Vegas? Or is it time the Northwest was hosting the biggest bouts as well as supplying the boxers?
I don't think we're that far off from it, being able to stand on our act. Like I say, Ricky Hatton can sell at 56,000 arena. I know he wouldn't he wouldn't fight at United, which can hold 80,000. That'd be sacrilege, but they're the venues that he could pick for the fight.
But might that fight be John Murray versus Amir Khan, the fight both sides say the other doesn't want?
John will beat Amir Khan, just like myself. I know I could beat Amir Khan, but my missus, she's about 7.5 stone, and she's got a chance of knocking out Khan if she connects with her right hand. So,
I've gone that one level ahead of them, and I was never scared to fight them. I would have fought them. That's why I'm going for a bigger fight, because those guys won't fight me.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but with the shape Northwest boxing's in, surely sometime soon. Andrew Lindsay, Granada reports.
You're staying at home watching on the TV, but it is happening March the 14th. Barrera against Khan. Now, just to let you know, if you have enjoyed today's show, then you can listen to it again on a podcast. You can download today's show from iTunes. Just go to the website and follow the instructions and help send us flying up the charts yet further. Now, this weekend, lightweights. John Murray and Lee McAllister fight each other in Wigan. This is what Murray has been saying about his opponent. He's got a padded record, he said, and he hasn't done anything. And that's not all. He's also said this: I hope he has the bottle to get in the ring. Lee McAllister joins us on the line now. Let's get reaction. Not the kindest words from Murray. The winner could be up against Amir Khan. It makes this sound like a semi-final.
We'll wait and see. I think it's Murray wasn't too keen this morning at the press conference. He wasn't shouting his mouth off then. So I don't know what he's going on about all these big gestures and words. He just needs to prove it in the ring on Saturday.
But Lee, you've also said a few things, haven't you? I mean, you're not shy with coming forward with a quote, are you, big boy?
To be quite honest with you, Stevie, I've been quite quiet for this one because I got made mandate for having it. Needed to shout my mouth off, so I've just been keeping quiet and a low profile about it, to be honest.
Now, we're talking there about Amir Khan, and we had Robert Smith on from the Border Control. In an ideal world, Lee, in theory, you could be fighting Amir Khan now, or fighting for the right to fight him, in a defence, assuming you beat Murray. But in your heart of hearts, you don't think Khan's ever going to fight for British lightweight title, do you? Or do you?
To be honest, I can't see the fight happen between myself and Khan, or even Khan and Murray. To be honest, I just think he's just trying to do a quick swerve and try and Frank Warren's trying to rush him to a world title shot and try and sneak him a world title. Which you've all get caught out and found out at one point just when and where.
But it's good matchmaking as well in many ways, isn't it? Because if you can sell 10,000 and fight Marco Antonio Barrera possibly in your hometown, that catapults you closer to a world title, you're a sensible kid. You do your business. I know you're involved with your own promotions. You'd see that as good matchmaking as well, wouldn't you?
Listen, to be honest, I don't blame him. Frank Warren's in a business to make money, and he's got a license to print money the way he goes on with these fighters. So all best of luck to him, and I hope he enjoys his success.
Well, you know, in all fairness, one of the reasons why Frank sort of gives that illusion that it's a license to print money is that he's been in the business a long time and he does know how to generate and promote fighters. So it's not like he hasn't served an apprenticeship. I think it's about 29 years Frank Warren's been in the business. Let's get back to your fight, Lee, with John Murray. Do you start as a slight betting underdog?
Yeah, I'm an underdog. It's probably due to the fact that John Murray's been seen on TV a lot more than me, and it's common knowledge he's a good fighter and he can fight a bit, so obviously looking at it, they just think, well, who's this kid from Scotland? And that's basically down to a T.
Yeah. Now listen, is Dave Caldwell next to you there? You're working with Dave in Sheffield, aren't you? Is David there?
I've been working with Dave in Sheffield, so I've been doing some good work with him. Would you like to talk to him?
So yeah, well, in a minute, but just tell me first, who have you been sparring with in the gym?
I've done a little bit with Ryan Rhodes and John Watson from Haymaker Promotions, and another kid from Liverpool, Steve Williams. So it's been sparring's been good. That's 2 undefeated kids I've been sparring with, and obviously Ryan Rhodes, the heavier lad as well.
Sure. No, okay, but it's David there, Lee, because we'll speak to you after the fight. But if you put David on, that'd be great. David, you there, boy?
Hello.
How are you, Dave Caldwell?
Hi, mate, you right?
Yeah, good. How's Lee looking?
Oh, he's looking good, mate. He's looking really sharp. He's using his brain quite a lot as well, so so it's going to be an interesting night, mate.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes John Murray doesn't use his brain. Sometimes John wears his heart out on his sleeve, gets a bit too involved. Is that what you're imagining might happen?
Yeah, I mean, listen, John's blown out on cold in his career, but we're expecting a better version of what he boxed against Lee McAllister last time. I think that's the best that he's ever looked. And we're expecting something like that.
He looked pretty good that night to me, if you don't mind me saying so, Dave.
His defence was so much better as well.
Yeah. The great pressure, great timing. I mean, it looked like he had Lee's number, but Lee's a decent fighter. Let's get it right. And he did an absolute job on it. And he shocked Lee, and he also shocked Mick Hennessy, and he shocked Robert McCracken. They didn't think that John Murray had that in him.
Yeah, I think he shocked everybody because he was up for that fight. That's the thing about him. I think he's one of those kids that needs a bit of a challenge in front of him to get up for it. Now, Lee McAllister's got a good record on paper, but everybody knows that this is a step up in class for him. But the thing is, I truly believe it's the first time that somebody's going to be going into the ring against John Murray 100% belief in their own ability. A lot of fighters that he's fought, Murray, that have been kids that have come in to have a go, or journeymen that have come in not to get hurt.
And also in some of those cases when John's let the fights get hard, his mind's not been on the fight. He's been looking past the fight. Maybe he's had his eye on slightly bigger prizes. I think he's been guilty in the past of taking his eyes off the fight. But I don't think that's the case with this fight. I think he fancies Lee.
Yeah, I think that they've looked at this and they think it's a potential banana skin. So whenever you think there's potential banana skin there, and you're a student at a game like Murray is, then you don't want to take shortcuts. And I think he'll be the best that he's been. But unfortunately for him, in my opinion, I think McAllister's going to be the best that he's been.
Well, listen, good luck with that. But first of all, before I let you go, and keep it short, Dave, because you're starting to talk an awful lot on this show. You know, don't you?
I'm learning off of you, mate.
Oh, listen, don't say that. Don't say that. Let me ask this: how's Ryan looking? Because that's a great fight, Andy Small. We were talking to Robert Smith about it earlier on. March 28th, up in Liverpool at that new arena. How's Ryan looking?
Keeping it short. Ryan's looking well, mate. He's really looking forward to it, and he can't wait. It's going to be a big fight. Ryan's at stage in his career when he wants big fights, so it's going to be exciting.
Listen, Dave Caldwell, listen, enjoy yourself, and good luck next week, and we're going to wish Lee the best of luck with us. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks a lot for having us. Cheers. Bye.
Dave Caldwell, Lee McAllister.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, guys. Now, early